Oh, here's your Backstage pass.
Right, quiet on the set.
Action!
Welcome to Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by Chef Lisa Dahl. This is your inside look into culture, curators, and creative artists. And now, your host, Shondra.
Welcome, my VIPs. You've got your Backstage Pass, and you are in. Get ready for some really great behind-the-scenes stories that you would never hear or know about unless you tuned in here on Sedona's Backstage Pass every Saturday at 10 a.m. Remember, later you can always hear this on mellowmountainradio.com, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora Radio. It just goes on, and YouTube. All right. So this is a lot of fun to just tune in and hear about all the people that are working here and residing here and creating here. And that reminds me, I want to tell you about what's going on here. I've got my events calendar sitting in front of me. And for those of you who are already running and aren't hearing this podcast, good for you at the Sedona Stumble today. It's called Sedona Stumble 5K, 10K trail run. And good for you that you were getting yourself together, getting that heart racing and getting into the Red Rocks and running. Because that event started at 8 o'clock this morning and it goes all the way to 12. So if you're in there, keep doing it. And you'll hear this show after the fact. Now, we'll tell you about something that you can catch. It started at 10, just when this show started. And it goes all the way till 4 p.m. It's called the Verde Valley Comic Expo. So dust off those capes, get them on, celebrate your favorite heroes in Cottonwood, which is about 18-20 minutes away from Sedona. You can celebrate comic books and graphic novels and local artists like Michael Gallagher, I'm sure will probably be there. He was an artist for Mad Magazine, one of my favorite comic books. So remember, that's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. today. Cottonwood Recreation Center. It's located on 150 South 6th Street in Cottonwood. If you want to know more information and get tickets, go to cottonwoodaz.gov. Another thing that's happening today, this is very cool. It's called Mind Travel Silent Piano Concert, and it's an experiential kind of, let me just read what it says. Experience a magical, immersive musical journey in nature. How cool is that? It's a live-to-headphones, immersive musical experience out there in the Red Rocks. And it starts at 2 p.m. today, and the location is Red Rock State Park here in Sedona. If you want to know more about it and want tickets, you can check out Eventbrite or Red Rock State Park, and you can find out all the information about how much it costs to get tickets because you still got time. Now, let's talk about the Sedona International Film Festival. Those guys are rocking it over there. I am happy to say that this last Monday, I had Gary Simpkins and Tony Cook and Chris Baldwin up there in the living room. Remember, that's every other Monday. So the next one is it's like on April 13th. So check your calendars. Just check them off. Check the date. And right now, let me tell you what's happening at this very moment. So then there at the Sedona International Film Festival Theaters, that's Mary Fisher and Alice Gill Sheldon Theater, we've got the New York Dog Film Festival. It's a positively, do you love that? Positively, that's what it is. Wonderful way to celebrate our four-legged friends. It's a celebration of the bond between dogs and their people. And the time is today at 12:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. They're showing that. And it's at the Mary Fisher Theater, Alice Gill Sheldon Theater. For tickets, you can go to sedonafilmfestival.com and get your tickets there or at the door. And then tomorrow we've got one on cats. This is the other one. This is cute. New York Cat Film Festival is tomorrow. This is like for all you feline fans that just love kitty cats. It's a collection of short films honoring our feline friends. The time for that is 12:30 p.m. at the Alice Gill Sheldon Theater, right there at the Sedona Film Festival Theaters. For information, again, go to sedonafilmfestival.com. Now, I will tell you about one more thing that's going on, and that would be today at 4 p.m. we have Cry Wolf, a play with magic. So get ready for an afternoon of local talent and pure theatrical magic. It starts at 4 p.m., like I said, Mary D. Fisher Theater. And again, you can go to SedonaFilmFestival.com. This is one of the Sedona Professional Theater Company presentations because Mary Fisher Theater is doing more events and theater productions than ever. It's very exciting. And then I'm going to tell you about another thing that's going on Monday and Tuesday. That's March 30th and March 31st over there at the theaters. It's called A Magnificent Life and the Optimist. And so keep that inspiration going on by going to see those films. There are various times in the afternoon and evening time slots over at Mary Fisher and Alice Gill Sheldon Theaters. Again, the film festival website is SedonaFilmFestival.com. You'll find out all about the tickets and the times and all of that. Now, for other events, I want you to go and visit cityofsedona.gov. All right, you're going to find out some really cool things going on. SedonaMuseum.org, SedonaBallet.org, CommunityLibrarySedona.org, and SedonaArtCenter.org. You can always go to those websites to find out what is going on. Oh, and also Sedona.net. You'll find out with Sedona.biz. They also have a calendar, and the Sedona Chamber of Commerce has an events calendar. So go visit. If you're coming into Sedona, those are the websites that you want to check out. All right. Those of you living here, us residents, those are great places to find out what you want to do during the week and the weekend. So now I am very excited to introduce my first guest. I adore this lady. She is the owner of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash, Debbie Johnson. Thank you, Debbie, for being here. I always love it when you're in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. How's the car wash doing? Good?
Well,
I mean, we're getting into spring now.
We're starting to see dirty cars come in. That's exciting.
Right.
We're making some changes at the car wash. We're really opening up a new sideline, which is more body work, but not bending metal.
Oh, okay,
But
body work,
yeah.
but not bending. So if someone comes in with something, they've got a fender bender. We're not talking about that.
No, that's the big guys. They do that.
Okay. So
What we
explain. I don't know what this means, some body work. What does it mean?
Scratch repair,
Ooh.
repairing paint problems,
Oh.
Doing headlights, doing chip repair, just all kinds of fabulous things. Sometimes people come in and their fender's hanging off and they say, can you just, put it back so we can get to the shop? Sure, we can do that for you. Whatever they want, as long as it doesn't require us actually bending the metal.
Yeah. So, okay. So you're talking about scratches. So if you have something that came up on your hood, would that be what you're talking about too?
You mean like a deer?
Not like a deer. Deer would be very difficult. I'm not talking about a deer, but like a rock or something, God forbid.
Oh, sure. We do a lot of that. And we typically, when we cover it, we buff it out. We put clay out for all the minerals. We put on a good paint sealant.
Awesome.
Sometimes we have to add paint. We have to, repair the scratch by applying paint. And
that has to be difficult in a way. I mean, you just can't do that yourself. You have to have someone who really knows what they're doing. You guys know what you're doing down there.
Well, my crew's all really well trained.
Yeah.
But two of my crew are going to start classes for real body work, so we can do a little bit more like dents, not big body work, but pulling
some
the dents
things.
out. Yeah,
Excellent.
We're working on it. Open up a new avenue there.
Well, that would be okay. So you're part of those 3 R's that we talk about, or I talk about, which seems to constantly be happening to me. Is you have to be resourceful. Yes, you have to be resilient and always reinventing. So somebody out there might have a car wash and they're like, "No, this is all we do." Yeah, and it usually is that way, and I'm not saying anything against it because focusing on one thing is a good thing. And when times change, things happen, whatever's going on, we want to expand
Absolutely.
all the time, and here you are doing that.
We're
I love
one of
that.
the very few in the state that does interior cleaning.
Wonderful.
And we, we go so far as to shampoo everything, to cleaning and conditioning both leather and upholstery. I mean, we do extremely thorough cleaning.
Yes, I brought a truck in. Remember that? I remember. Yeah, remember that one,
Yes,
the Toyota Tacoma.
I do
and
remember
you
that
guys
one.
did a fantastic job.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's a beautiful truck.
That was great fun. You know, we opened a boutique in the car wash. Did you know that?
Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean a boutique?
Well, you know, we were trying to find other ways because times, you know, people had a rough time over the last year.
Yes.
So we were trying to make it easier for them to have things to do when they brought their car in, so they'd bring their cars in.
Okay.
So we opened a boutique, and we have clothing.
Oh, no, I know this.
And
but
hats.
I didn't know you had clothing.
We have clothing, yes.
Wow.
We have all kinds of cowboy hats and other kind of hats and just goodies. And if you want a present for your favorite guy, we probably have something. We even have the little, you know, the little soldiers, the little green soldiers that guys played with on the knees and things.
I played with those.
Well,
those little soldier guys and little, cowboys.
We have those, but they're bottle openers.
What? Okay, that's different.
Yes,
Love that.
yes.
So you've got some fun stuff.
Oh, and I've found 3 new card lines that are hysterical because, you know, we kind of tend to go to a little off color.
Oh, tell me about that. I know I have a couple of those cup towels that you gave me, which I absolutely adore. I love that.
So we're having a lot of fun with the new card line. We're still keeping the old card line, but we're just adding a little more color to it.
Do you know the first time I met you? Do you want to know? Well, you probably don't remember this, but Susanna Martin, one of my Dynamite Diva sisters, you know, it's Jeannie Carroll's the other one. I miss them very much. Susanna's like, oh, you know, you should go over to Debbie's place because she's helping musicians with their CDs. And I'm like, what? At the car wash? So I walk in and I'm talking to you and I'm like, I came up with 2 CDs and you're like, bring them over. Bring them over. And I do remember you were selling things like this. I thought it was really cool because, you know, you're waiting for your car and you have certain things. You didn't at the time have like the aprons and the cup towels. And now I'm hearing clothing and cowboy hats. No, that wasn't there.
Right.
But I want you to know that I thought that was the coolest thing ever. It was your way of giving back and also helping people like me, you know, CDs, musicians, singers.
Still, sometimes artists come in and they say, could I put, I don't have a gallery. Can I put some things up and see if it sells?
Oh my gosh, you do that for them?
Sure.
Brilliant.
I don't care.
Brilliant. Another community icon. I have to say, I call you that because you give so much. You do so much in these kinds of things as well, where it's not the obvious. Somebody comes in and asks you if they can put in artwork. Hello. You go, yes. You say, yes, it's lovely.
Well, you know, the customers get to look at it and it's entertaining and it's beautiful. I've never had an artist bring in anything that wasn't beautiful.
Can you imagine? That would be a slight problem.
They're all tasteful. No. They're all tasteful. And,
yeah, it's good.
And we hang certain ones in the restrooms because people spend a little time in there and they need to see something to see that might strike their fancy and they'll buy it from these, you know, wonderful artists who would like to sell a few things.
I love it. That's so good. So good. So I know that you've got the car wash. You've got a special coming up. I know that, well, you just had a St. Patrick's Day. What have you got in the month of March happening here? You know, besides the St. Patrick's Day.
We're mostly focusing on luxury details this month.
Okay.
And so we're offering a 10% off on luxury details if you come in and ask for it.
They do a great job, everybody. Really great job.
The luxury details are just, they're amazing. And it's interesting because people come in, bring in their car, and they really don't know what they need or what they want. They're just not satisfied. So the crew is trained, and believe it or not, I am there. People say, you're never there. Well, I'm in and out all the time.
Running around. Yeah. I've seen you in action there.
Just like the crew, we walk around the car, we look at it, we assess it, and then we tell them, you know, we ask if we can look inside, and we do. We tell them what we see. We say, this is what we see that you could use if you wanted to. And so we tell them exactly what it would cost to do each one of those things. And it's like they can pick and choose. What would you like to do today? You just want an exterior wash? We can do that too. It doesn't.
I love it. Yes, very accommodating and everything. I love the idea of you helping with little chip things, that show up, and you're like, oh man. The big thing, of course, around here is we are in the desert, and yes, there are paved roads. There's a lot of unpaved roads.
Yes,
and sometimes, boom, there you go. Little rock comes on up.
Oh, yeah.
So you can help with that, and that's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, people don't realize it, but when you get a rock chip,
Yes.
if you don't get it fixed right away and you take it to a car wash, whether it's a serviced car wash or a do-it-yourself car wash, when the water hits, it can propagate all the way across your screen.
Oh, that's
especially if it's a hot day.
Ooh.
So we usually tell them, you have a rock chip here, would you like us to fix it? And if they say no, we say, well, it's possible it could propagate in the tunnel when the water hits it.
Wow.
Your choice. You know? You want to.
So they can fix it immediately and then go in, or just it takes a while for it to dry and all of that?
Well, not too long.
Okay. All right. Like how long? I'm going to put you on the spot.
It depends on the size.
Yes. Okay. All right. So if it was a boulder, it's a lot better. It's a lot worse. Okay. It was like going up the canyon. It's a very large chip. Yeah. Because it's a boulder coming down.
If it knocked you off the road,
that's not gonna. You're not going to be fixing that.
That's a different dealer.
That's good. Okay. All right. I'm going to remember about this. God forbid, just want to let that thought go. But it's good for everyone to know that this is happening. Now, in the midst, we've talked many times with you coming on every month about life is happening. Now, y'all over there, I'm going to talk like this all of a sudden because I'm from Texas. Everybody knows that if you have your own business, this isn't already its own thing, okay? It's different. I'm not saying that for those of you that work and your employment and all of that stuff, it's hard because we're working and we've got families and depending on what age you are, there's always something going on. Life is happening. You're a business owner. You're a woman business owner, and you are right now remodeling your home, which is no easy feat, I must say.
No, I've had a few nervous breakdowns. Yes,
I bet. I mean, it's the moving and the you're constantly schlepping things here and there because the dust is everywhere.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's like,
so
where did
bad.
this come from?
Yes.
If Gail Edwards is listening right now, she just did this. I think she's finally done, and she was constantly telling me like, "Oh my gosh, where does all this dust come from?" Well, yeah, it's insane, right?
Well, I had 30-year-old carpet in the house.
Okay.
And when that came up, it was not a pretty sight.
I bet that was difficult.
It was.
Yeah, and you did flooring, right?
I did.
So that in itself is dusty. And
oh, well, then I had to do all the ventilation system.
Oh, geez.
All my vents were trashed.
Oh, because of that?
Well, they were already trashed, but then they were really trashed.
After that. Yeah, exactly.
So that and all the painting and all the repairs and new lights and changing bathrooms and wow.
I know, it's a whole thing. How many months has it been so far? Because you were doing this during the holidays.
Oh, about 18.
No, are you kidding me? Not 18 weeks, but 18 months?
No, that's just
you could have had 2 kids in that.
No,
almost.
I could not.
No, almost. Not quite. Yes, I'm just saying. But wow. Wow.
It's been an interesting trip, but I must say I've had the greatest guys working on everything. I had to redo the backyard, and the team that did that were fabulous, and the guys have just been really good, and they've been polite and respectful and done the best job that you could imagine. So I'm very blessed to have such a good group of people helping me with this.
How good. How many people are working in your home at a time?
Oh, I don't know. I can't keep track.
Oh, come on.
I can't.
You're serious? Like, do you have more than 3 guys that are coming in?
Oh, yeah. I've had 10.
What?
Yeah.
Like
I got an electrician. I got a plumber. I got
at the same time?
A carpet. Yeah. Because they're all working. It's a big house.
It's
they're all like.
It reminds me of like the Emerald City. Like, let's put this together.
I feel like that. Yes. Sometimes I just want to change my name to Dorothy if I could only click my heels. You know?
You go, please let my home be done now. Please let my home be done.
It's going to be wonderful when it's finished, and it's almost there.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So what's the estimate time?
I think about 2 more weeks.
Ooh,
yes.
That's exciting.
Yes.
After 18 months.
Well, it hasn't really been.
I know.
It just feels like that.
No, this
is
me. I'm like this feels like a million years. I'm still 11, talking like that all the time. I just did it this morning. Oh my God, it's my millionth time.
I've had days when this week, So I'm driving past the car wash, and I realize there's a line of cars waiting to come in because we're not open yet.
Oh.
I said, oh, my gosh, a line of cars. Business. Oh, holy cow. So I run over, and I park the car on the side of the road, and I run up there. I'm in my pajamas and my house slippers.
Oh, my gosh.
I pull the sign, bring them up to the front, and start greeting.
Oh, my gosh.
And I greeted 5 cars like that.
Like that? Did you realize that you were dressed like that? You didn't
Yes.
care, did you?
No, I didn't, because I had a jacket on over the pajamas, so it just looked like, a leisure suit.
Did you tell them? I love it. Did you tell them that you were the owner? Did they say anything? Did they even notice you had house slippers? They didn't, did they?
I don't think so.
If they did, they were probably just in their own
They were very
world.
polite and didn't say anything like, did you just get out of bed or something?
No, I love this story. I would have liked to have captured that for social media. That would have boom. All of a sudden there's 200 people waiting to see you in slippers. I'm loving that. It's a good thing. I think you should continue to do it.
Yeah,
Really?
Go and regularly in my pajamas and slippers and
Yes.
say, we had a pajama party last
You
night.
actually, you could make it a thing. Like, come on in the later hours and you're already in your PJs. It's not unheard of here in Sedona.
That's right.
Why not wear them and make it a pajama car wash day?
There you go.
I like
That's
it.
a good idea.
I'm so there. I want to do that. I really want to do it. So this construction thing is going on, and you're running around, and look at you. You look gorgeous. If I had cameras on you right now, people would see you're glowing. I mean, seriously, got the glow. I don't know. Something's going on, you guys. I don't know. It's a glow thing going on. But it's good living. And it must be, are the guys cute that come in? I'm just asking.
Yes, they're very cute.
Okay, that helps. That helps with the, listen, you need everything, right? You're modeling.
That's right.
It's like if the guys are cute,
when
that's
things
good.
are tense, at least you have something nice to look at.
There you go. Exactly. No wonder you're glowing. You got 10 guys coming in and they're all cute. Okay. So what else is happening? What is happening? I mean, that's going to be done. You're not going anywhere, are you? Like holiday or to get away from it all after
July.
this?
Not until July.
Ooh, what are you doing in July?
We're going to France.
Oh my gosh. And how long are you going to be there?
We don't know yet.
There's an open-ended thing? Undecided. Anywhere in particular in France?
Well, we're starting in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, we're just not sure.
Okay. All right. Been there.
Yes.
Have you been there before?
Yes, I have.
And do you speak it?
No, I speak nothing. I speak
nothing.
Texan only.
That's right. We talk like this.
That's
and
all.
it.
That's the only language I can master, sort of.
Yes, I know. Well, my France experience was with Tom. We went together, and we had just seen we saw Les Miserables.
Oh, nice.
And we saw it in London the night before we went to France. So this was really cool. Took the Channel, the train that goes underneath the ocean. I was like, wow, this is interesting, or whatever. I mean, this is terrible. I went to France and I don't even know what it was that the Channel, the train is going under the water. That's what I know. It was really different and fun.
They keep Superman on hand just in case.
Just in case, right?
He's on speed dial.
Yeah, that's right. And then we went to Rouen, where Joan of Arc was. There's a museum there. I hope it's still there because I wasn't sure if they were going to stay open. Really cool. I've always had a thing about Joan of Arc. And so we went to see that. And so that was outside of Paris.
Beautiful.
That was really wonderful. Yeah, it was good.
I've been a couple of times, both times by myself.
By yourself? Okay, can I just say, this is you're an amazing woman. I know that there are some women who'll do that, but what is the percentage of women who travel to France by themselves? Wow.
Well, I was the CFO of an international touring company on 5 continents.
Okay. Do I know this? I don't think I know this.
Well, that was my gig before. And,
a touring company?
Well, it's the world's oldest and largest sightseeing company.
Wow.
And they're on 5 continents. And so I often got to go to any place I wanted to for however long I wanted to be there and do whatever I wanted to do while I was there.
How long did you do this?
I did this for 10 years.
Okay, you've been on my show. You're a sponsor, and you've been on the show like many times. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I heard about all the computers and all the things you were doing in those days before computers and all the data and running companies. I mean, just like, it's amazing to me. I've not heard this one. So where did you go on the travels?
Well, I went to London. I went to Paris. I went to everywhere. I went to Africa. I went to Australia. I went to New Zealand. I went all over the place. I went to Mexico. I went to Canada.
Incredible. I keep saying wow. I know I'm going to get nailed about that. All you did was say wow, 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 or amazing, amazing. You are an incredible woman. I mean, thank you for. Here we are. The red light is on. Oh my gosh, we've run out of time. All I got to say is Debbie Johnson, owner of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. Just remember, when you get your car wash there, you are you're going to have your own moment there to remember that Debbie Johnson is an amazing woman who happens to be the owner of that company. Thank you, Debbie, for being here always. I'm going to see you next month. You're going to be back.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for being here and sharing everything. I love it. And great luck. I know it's going to be wonderful. The remodeling is finishing up in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Everybody stay with me. I'll be right back.
You can taste it in every bite. For over 30 years, Chef Lisa Dahl has redefined what it means to dine in Sedona, serving soulful, handcrafted cuisine inspired by love, artistry, and community. From the wood-fired kitchens of Mariposa to the couture flair of Butterfly Burger, every experience is elevated, every ingredient intentional. To learn more about Lisa Dahl and the Dahl restaurants, please visit cheflisadahl.com.
Need a clean car fast? Come to Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. We'll have you sparkling and back on the road in minutes. Whether you're after a quick shine or a deep clean, you'll get top quality service, eco-friendly soaps, and smiles all around. Drive up, shine up, and feel good, all without slowing down your day, and look like a star in your car. Located in West Sedona on Highway 89A. For more information, visit cleanerquickercarwash.com.
Here's more of Backstage Pass with Shondra, brought to you by Chef Lisa Dahl.
So I am so excited to introduce my second guest for today. Thrilled to have him here. He's very talented, extremely talented. We're going to learn about him. For those of you who know him, Michael Kollwitz is here with me. Thank you, Michael, for being here.
I am so excited to be here. Thanks for having me on your show, Shondra.
I know it's thrilling. And I saw you on Monday night. I saw you with us in the living room. You're going to be in the living room with us.
I loved it.
It was like, well,
it was fantastic.
I'm so glad you're going to be with us. You know what makes you so special is that you are a performer. You have written a book. We're going to talk about all of that. But you play the Chapman bass. I love it. So great. It's different. We used to call it the stick.
We're still called the stick.
Still called the stick. So that's
the
good.
The Chapman Stick. 2 words. Google it.
Yes, and it is really cool. It looks cool. You go, what in the world is that? And tell us a little bit about how you were introduced to this particular bass. And it is a bass and not a guitar. Is that correct?
Well, it's in the guitar family, but it's bass, guitar, keyboards, and drums all rolled into one. I worked at a music store when I was 18. I saw a small ad. It said, tap softly, but carry a big orchestra.
I love it.
This was before YouTube and internet links. This was in the 70s.
Wow.
I wrote away for information and met the inventor. We hooked up. I saw him, and I don't know what he saw in me, but he took me under his wing and taught me how to play his freaky cool new instrument.
So this is really neat. So you actually knew the man who actually came up with this instrument.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, he was my teacher, my mentor. We became friends for the rest of his life, and I'm still feel like part of the family.
Did this come out, I want to say the 80s, was it not?
This was the mid-70s.
Oh, okay.
In 74,
right.
Chapman made the very first prototypes of the instrument.
Okay.
And he called it the stick.
Okay, first time I found out about it was in the 80s, but it was later because I had my band. I had a bass player who wanted a Chapman Stick and to get one, and he was playing it as a bass. So,
which is very common. A lot of bass players are drawn to the instrument because, well, they can do bass right away.
It's really cool. It looks really neat, and it had a really cool, fresh look to it. That was probably the biggest thing that we were all like, wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of like an alien guitar. I had one guy come up to me and goes, "What's the matter? Couldn't afford the rest of it?" It doesn't have a body. It's just
what is wrong with people? I'm sorry, but you have to wonder sometimes. That is really funny. Okay, so let's get into this. I want to know, where were you born?
Brooklyn, New York. And my folks moved to Southern California when I was 5 years old. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you.
Right.
And so I grew up in Southern California.
Oh, that's good. Where in Southern California?
Riverside.
Oh, I know Riverside very well.
Yes, River Smog.
Yes.
Well, it used to be.
No, I have to tell you, I grew up in San Diego.
Oh,
Lots of San Diego. From 11 and a half, my parents divorced. And bammo, my mom took my sister and I to San Diego. I wanted to go to L.A., but I think it was a better choice on her part to go to San Diego.
Yeah, I think too.
Now that I think about it.
Best weather in the country.
Best weather, yeah. Very crowded
Beaches.
now. Yes, the beaches are great. Love La Jolla Shores and all of that. So there you are in Riverside, and you're growing up from what age?
From age 5 till, I was there till the early 90s. I finally left and I relocated here to beautiful Arizona.
Oh, yes. Beautiful Arizona, which is hot.
Yeah.
In the summer, I miss the beach.
Yeah, me too. My first stop was Scottsdale, and I lived there for most of the 90s.
Okay, not a bad place.
No, I was in North Scottsdale, and I owned a large equestrian property, but no horses.
No horses?
No, all my neighbors had them, and they told me what a hassle it was.
Oh, well, and they're expensive.
Yeah, you don't have a life if you're going to take care of horses.
Yeah, it's going to be a big deal. You have to have people to do that for you.
Nothing against equestrians out there.
No,
I know
no.
Some of your listeners are equestrians and think this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right, they're like,
I may not.
We don't want them hating you.
No, we don't want that. I love horses. Some of my neighbors would take me to the nearby riding park. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's good. Yes. So you growing up there, and where did you go to school? Did you have formal training in music?
Well, no. Well, yes, I played the trumpet for 10 years in school bands. I started in grade 5.
Oh, my gosh.
That was back when you could actually take music in a public school.
I know. It's so seriously wrong that there are not a lot of music programs in schools, especially in junior high school and high school.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. And remember the movie Mr. Opus? What was it called? It was.
No, I don't remember. Sorry.
You don't?
Mr. Opus?
What was it? It was called, now I'm like blanking out on this movie, but here's what it was all about, really. It was a music teacher in high school, and he made a profound impression on his students. People that were struggling and people who were shy. At the end, they do a big tribute to him. Holland's Opus, that's what it's called. Mr. Holland's Opus. And it's a beautiful film. You need to see it. For those of you who have not seen that movie, Richard Dreyfuss was brilliant in it. And basically, it makes this statement that even if you're not going to be a musician, that music helps you in life, which I'm going to segue into your new book, Music. This is called What Music Teaches You About Everything. And you can find it, everybody, on Amazon.com. This is a wonderful book. I cannot wait. I know what it's about. I can tell you without even reading this book yet, because you just gave it to me. It's just about how music makes a big difference in everything we do. Whether you're playing it or you're a music aficionado or just enjoy it, it's the backdrop of our lives. I remember things that have happened in my life.
I agree.
From the songs.
Yeah.
And I go, I remember that song came out, and that's where I was when that happened.
And I was driving along the beach, and it was 3:30 in the afternoon.
Right.
And I was just listening to such and such. Yeah. Music does that for people.
It does. It's a time travel. Plus, it is a language unto itself. You, I am sure, have worked with people from different countries that you couldn't converse language like English and, let's say, Italian if they speak Italian or another language, but you can speak musically.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's very cool. That's just something
universal language.
Yeah, totally.
And playing one of the world's weirdest and most unknown, freaky, strange, rare instruments teaches you a lot of extra things.
Gosh, I guess, right? And the fact that your teacher was the man himself who came up with it, that just blows my mind.
Emmett Chapman, just an absolute genius. I was so fortunate to know him. It's one of the highlights of my life.
Incredible.
Love
that. So tell us a little bit about the book. I want to know more about it.
Well, it's 57 very short chapters, and every single chapter has a story, a personal story that ties into a universal truth. So it's like 57 different topics.
Love that.
Yeah, they're all short. So,
and besides,
you could pick it up any place, anywhere. It could be on the commode and just pick it up and read 2 chapters, and you'd gain something from it.
See, now you're giving away all the secrets that people actually read books while they're on the toilet.
Oh yeah, well, it's true.
It's true.
You got to make them easy to read. My first book was harder to read.
Oh.
It was titled "Stick With It: Adventures of a Chapman Stick Player," and what I wanted to do in that book was, since there's so few people that know of or played the Chapman Stick, I wanted to chronicle the early history through my eyes as a student of the inventor.
Right.
So it's part memoir, part history, because my life and the instrument's history were so closely intertwined, I couldn't make it one or the other.
So that was the first book. I didn't know that you had already written a book.
Yeah.
That's
and that book
wonderful.
actually won an award from the Arizona Commission on the Arts, which came with a cash prize.
Oh.
Which means maybe I should do this again before they take it back.
So what was, do you mind me asking? Like what, because obviously everyone knew, right? Or
Everyone knew
what the cash prize was.
Oh no, I never talk about the money part.
See, that's
but it is true. You can look it up.
Okay, that's right. And you're not going to divulge it.
The Bill Desmond Nonfiction Writing Award.
Oh, that's very cool.
Through the Arizona Commission on the Arts.
Love it.
Which also gave me a grant to write the book.
Oh, very sweet.
Yeah.
Love that. Self-published, which is the way to go. So remember, this one is called What Music Teaches You About Everything. Yeah, that's it. So now, I just want to know a couple of things, because I know you work as a single mainly. You've been working, well, I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to know, when did you get the bug for music? When did you start, what got you into playing trumpet at an early age? Because you were doing this in high school.
My parents' record collection. They listened to a lot of Herb Alpert. And the Tijuana Brass.
I did too. My dad was. Right?
And I really thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And they had other records by a guy named Arthur Lyman. He was a Hawaiian percussionist. Oh. And I loved their records, so I decided I'd learn how to play the trumpet. But, 10 years into it, I realized I would not be the next Al Hirt, Maynard Ferguson, or Herb Alpert.
Yes. Okay. So,
no.
Yes, that's right. I understand what you're saying.
I could have joined the military and played in the Air Force band, but that's
you could
about it. I could. I didn't do it.
But maybe not so much now that you think about it.
I tried guitar, but I just couldn't really get the hang of it.
How interesting.
I loved keyboards, but I had no training. So if I went to your house and you had a nice piano, I would play it until your parents kicked me out of the house.
I see.
And I would close my eyes and I would imagine I am Keith Emerson playing in front of millions of screaming fans.
I love this. I think this is
Of course,
great.
I had no idea. I knew that there was just white and black keys, and that's about the extent of it.
You know what? I was so afraid to play piano because I grew up, my mom put me in piano lessons. And I just couldn't, I felt like I was so behind, and I was doing recitals and they scared the crap out of me and all that. So I stopped, right? And then many, many years later, having a fear of playing piano, I was, believe it or not, in a UPS store, and a woman said she was a piano teacher. And she said, you know what I tell my students? I tell my students they're only black and white keys. And I thought about it, and it made a difference. And that's when I started playing keyboards. It just made an impression on me. It was like, oh, it's only white and black keys. Got it. Or black and white keys.
Well, here's a thing that most people miss about the Chapman Stick. It's not played by picking, plucking, strumming, or bowing. It's played by tapping your fingers of both hands on the strings directly. So it's a pianistic technique on a stringed instrument.
That's very
Now, this
interesting.
was even before Eddie Van Halen and Stanley Jordan. Unfortunately, they passed right over Emmett Chapman, who had invented an instrument and an entire technique. He called it free hands. And he published the very first book on this new discipline of fingers directly on strings.
Wow. So that's completely different. Yeah. Amazing.
So each hand plays separately, just like a keyboard.
So, okay.
The left hand plays in the bass register, and the right hand plays in the melody or guitar range.
Okay.
Now, I know your listeners out there are probably thinking, well, how does that work? Well, imagine about a 4 or 5 inch wide fretboard. It's perfectly flat, and it's about as long as a Fender bass with no body, just a big pickup on the bottom, and 25 frets, and you can either wear it in your belt, you can play it seated or standing, and then you just tap your fingers on both sides of the instrument. And it's wired in stereo, so you can play it through a couple of amplifiers.
Yeah, it's
incredible.
incredible.
Super versatile.
It's incredible. It looks very cool, So I know you're going to play something for us in a little while, so I'm excited about that. That's really going to be fun. But let me just ask you, so it was listening to Herb Alpert. By the way, my dad was crazy about him. So every summer it was all Herb Alpert when I went to go visit him. It was like, wow, I'm getting a lot of that. But I'm really glad. And he was a major music lover. So was my mom. So what about your family? They were into music heavily?
Nobody in my family, as far back as I can tell, ever played any type of an instrument. So I was kind of strange.
Yeah.
My parents just like to have luau's and parties. And they were also from New York. So they played a lot of Sinatra.
Okay. So, but music was in the house.
Yeah. They were playing records all the time on our old Magnavox phonograph.
God, I think you and I grew up at the same time.
I think so.
I really do. I'm like going, I don't know all this stuff. You have to know that when you've grown up in it.
When they weren't home, I'd put on the my Jimi Hendrix Electric Ladyland album. It was one of the first albums I ever owned. And I'd stand there in front of their dresser mirror and pretend I was, playing air guitar.
So this is in your blood. Okay. I got it. So now let me ask you, you've won some awards. Tell us about those awards.
Oh, geez. My albums have won a lot of different awards. I sort of went down the more relaxing, mellow, kind of new agey sort of direction.
Okay.
A lot of stick players are into progressive rock, and that's as loud and as fast as you can possibly play.
Right.
Which just doesn't really appeal to me personally.
Okay.
I like things that are slower, softer, that really have some soul in them.
Okay.
Where you can listen to it and, it changes the way you feel.
So if I looked you up on Apple Music or Spotify, I would find you there, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and then what genre would we find you in?
New age or contemporary instrumental.
Okay,
yeah.
So you guys look up Michael Kollwitz. It's Kollwitz.
Yeah,
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm on every digital music platform and probably a dozen I don't even know of.
Right, and also you have your website, which is Michael Kollwitz, again, KOLLWITZ.com.
Right, and you can find everything about me there.
Great.
There's also a tab for music, which will take you to the website where all my music lives.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Loving that.
Thank you.
Now, I want to find out. I'm going to go back to, I know you work as a single. Tell me the craziest story, a short story about something wild. What was the wildest gig you ever played? Because having worked as a single for years, and I know that crazy things can happen.
Yes, they certainly.
Oh my gosh.
Well, see, one crazy one was I lived in Hawaii for 6 years, and I worked with a lot of different production companies and talent agencies, and this one wanted me to play for the grand reopening of the Sheraton Waikiki.
Okay.
And they wanted me to play suspended off the second story of this building.
What?
And
I love it.
They wanted me to sign this waiver that they wouldn't be responsible. I absolutely refused. I said, I'll do the job. Let me come and take a look, but I'm not signing any waiver. And I did do the job. There was a small ledge. It wasn't as unsafe as it sounded, but They had people come from all over the world to see the grand reopening of the Sheraton Waikiki. So I was providing the background music from the second floor, and I'm looking down at the crowd, and there's this gigantic infinity pool, and then there's the coastline of Waikiki. I mean, it was
Wow.
It was surrealistic.
I have to tell you, if you work as a single, and I'll tell you, I was on, I'm trying to remember if it was scaffolding. It wasn't scaffolding. It was a balcony downtown San Diego for a politician coming in. There were 12,000 people down there. And of course, when we got there to set up, it was a hotel room when we were on the balcony, and we had to set up on the balcony. And there we were, in front of 12,000 people before Dukakis came in. Remember him? Michael
Yeah, I
Dukakis?
remember.
Yeah, so he came in, and we were the music for an hour before he arrived. And of course, security was there, and we could, very quiet, before everybody was let into the area. That was a crazy gig. It reminds me of that, because you're saying you were out there. Was there like a fence or a balcony, or were you just on a ledge? For
I was
God's
just on a
sakes?
ledge.
Oh my God.
And fortunately, the ledge was about, I don't know, maybe about 5 foot wide.
Holy
So it was
smokes.
safe. I had another job where they wanted 2 stick players, and I had a friend in Temecula who played the stick, so we got together. They hired us to play at the, I think it was the Four Seasons in Dana Point.
Okay, I know Dana Point.
Okay, we get there, and there's Secret Service everywhere.
Uh-oh.
And it turns out this is going to be something like 30 or 40 governors at this event.
Holy smokes.
So, they vet us and everything. And the job went so well that I got hired numerous times after that by the client, which was the Koch brothers.
Oh my gosh.
And one
That's
time they hired
outrageous.
me to play in the backyard of their home
Oh my gosh.
at the Village Club in Palm Desert.
Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah. And it was for only 20 people for dinner. And at that time, Bill and Melinda Gates, I saw them there.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
That is crazy cool. Okay, so these stories, you're going to hear more stories if you come to Mary Fisher Theater on June 8th at 7 p.m. to hear Michael tell stories. You're going to get a chance to ask him questions during his concert. It's so much fun. So book your tickets when we get right, like the bottom of May. Make sure you book a ticket for In the Living Room music series, Monday, June 8th. Now, Michael, I know you're going to play something for us.
I most certainly am.
Yeah, so we're gonna. I know that you've got your stick right now, so let's hear what you got.
All righty.
thank you so much, Michael, for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And I'll tell you what, everybody, that was called Pua Mana Sunset. And if you go to michaelkollwitz.com, you can find it there, and you'll hear the story and the very first time that Michael actually performed that on YouTube. So check it out. Stay with me. I'll be right back.
You've explored the trails, stood in awe of the red rocks. Now, discover how Sedona became Sedona. The Sedona Heritage Museum tells the story of Red Rock country, from ancient cultures to today's vibrant community. It's interactive, family-friendly, and open year-round, indoors and out. Sedona Heritage Museum, preserving and sharing the soul of Red Rock country. Plan your visit at sedonamuseum.org or call 928-282-7038.
Take a deep breath, then let it go. At Sedona's New Day Spa, your escape begins the moment you arrive. Enjoy luxurious massages, rejuvenating facials, and native-inspired body treatments. Every moment is designed to restore balance and renew your spirit. Voted Sedona's Best Day Spa, this is more than self-care. It's your sanctuary. Book your experience today at SedonaNewDaySpa.com or call 928-282-7502.
When your project demands precision, experience, and trust, turn to Sefton Engineering Consultants. From expert civil engineering to construction management, we deliver real-world solutions that stand the test of time. With over 30 years in the business, Luke Sefton's team is committed to getting your project done right, on time, and on budget. Sefton Engineering Consultants. Reliable, experienced, personal. Learn more at SeftonEngineeringConsultants.com. Here's more of Backstage Pass with Shondra, brought to you by Chef Lisa Dahl.
I have to tell you, I always love my guests that I get to have every week on this show. I mean, like Michael Kollwitz, awesome. Oh, did you hear that? You know what this means. It's time for my shameless Shondra spot. So today I want to talk to you about the In the Living Room music series. I'm happy to report that every other Monday over at Mary Fisher Theater, which is part of the Sedona International Film Festival theaters, it's just going great. Every other Monday, we have had wonderful crowds. We've had some fantastic artists. And as I said earlier, Michael Kollwitz will be on June 18th. He'll be with us. And here's the deal, guys. When you come to the In the Living Room music series, you get to ask the artists questions during their concert. So you get to learn a lot about the artists behind their music. Not just a little, but a lot. Things that, like this show, you would never know unless you came to the concert. So I want to tell you about some of the incredible musicians that will be with us. The next one up is April 13th. They're all on Mondays. So April 13th is Lisa Bell and her special guest, Greg Benedetto. Lisa is a fabulous keyboard player, and Greg is a wonderful guitar player and a singer, and you're going to enjoy them very, very much. So mark your calendars. And by the way, all the concerts are at 7 p.m. And then on April 27th is Brian David, who's an amazing classical guitarist. He's absolutely fabulous. And then we have something really cool that's going to happen. There's going to be 2 Steinway pianos on the Mary Fisher Theater stage, if you can imagine that. And guess who's going to be there? It's going to be Sandrine Eldelisayo, and she is the founder and the executive director of Piano on the Rocks International Film Festival, and it's a 3-day event. It starts on May 1st, following up 2nd and 3rd, and it's just a phenomenal concert series, and this year it will be at Mary Fisher Theater. And on the 4th, which happens to be a Monday, she will be with me in the living room for the In the Living Room music series, and I hope you'll join us, because after going to that festival, you're going to have an opportunity to actually get to know her behind her music, behind the festival, and all of her history. And she's got a fascinating story. So remember, the In the Living Room music series every other Monday at Mary Fisher Theater. And if you want to, you can visit SedonaFilmFestival.com to find out all about the concerts every month. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. It's always so much fun to do these shows, and I'm glad you're coming to listen to them. I want to thank my sponsors because without them, I could not do this show. I'd like to thank the Sedona Heritage Museum, Sefton Engineering, Cleaner Quicker Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, and my presenting sponsor, the Dahl Restaurant Group and Chef Lisa Dahl. Thank you to all my sponsors. I also want to thank my engineer and producer, Ryan Thompson, who does such a great job with my shows, and the owner of MellowMountainRadio.com, Chuck Helstein. Thank you guys so much. And remember, I am going to sign off right now, but you can always hear this show every Saturday at 10 a.m. on MellowMountainRadio.com, as well as Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Pandora Radio, YouTube. You'll find it everywhere. So thank you again. Remember, every Saturday at 10 a.m., get your VIP pass ready, and I'll see you then.